right here. Mark my words. It's going to be unbelievable.
You got 19 or 20 years playing with the Lakers.
Yeah, 19 or 20 at least.
Just want to start off the video by saying rest in peace to Kobe Bryant and his daughter. And just thank you for everything you brought to the basketball world and the way you impacted us, all of us. And we're forever grateful and we're going to miss you.
Up high and down hard.
Now hold up. We're going to start from the very beginning. Now, on one fine day in 1996, Kobe Bryant was drafted by the LA Lakers, Now, people criticize Kobe for his first 2 seasons in the league because his numbers are really down. But what a lot of people don't know, he was drafted by the Hornets, traded to the Lakers, and he was put in a predicament where he wasn't able to produce the way he wanted to and had to ride the bench because he was a rookie coming into the league, sitting behind stars like Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel and just really good players. You had Shaq on that team who just joined in a predicament where he wasn't really able to produce the way he wanted to and he had to ride the bench, unlike other legends like LeBron James who came into the league and was given the team and was just like, here is your team, you got the green light, it's all yours, and bring this team to the finals. Kobe's situation was not that. Kobe had to work his way up into the starting lineup. Kobe had to start from basically one of the last men on the bench to a premier starter in the league. And he did it in 2 seasons, 2 to 3 seasons. Now, people are so quick to jump on the, LeBron passed Kobe, he's better than Kobe, passing him the points recently. Well, to break it to you, Kobe didn't really play 20 seasons. He played 17. Now, let me explain why. His first 2 seasons, obviously, if you want to count him, you can count him. I guess I wouldn't even really count him because he wasn't getting really any minutes at all. And then the seasons where he tore his Achilles and came back and only played 6 games and then got hurt again. That's not really a season. He played 6 games, so that's another season to take away. Another season he played about 35 games, coming back from that patella knee injury, which is another season I wouldn't even count. So you got 2 seasons, right? It's 82 games in the season. The 2 seasons combined, he played, I think, 41 games. So he played 41 games out of 162 games. Now, if you want to count those as 2 seasons being played on Kobe's resume, then you need Jesus. I just don't know how else to explain it. So we're going to count those 2 seasons and his rookie season. And we're going to remove those seasons and say he played fairly 17 seasons. You got people like Bleacher Report saying he's not a top 10 player of all time and putting Steph Curry before him, but the eyeball test, when you really saw Kobe play, Kobe could do anything and everything. I'm talking about footwork, his post game being only 6'6", having a better post game than most big men in the league today, if you really want to talk about it. Just his ball handling was good, his shooting, his able to create a shot, his passing. Man, Kobe did it all. His defense, he could guard you 90 feet. Like, when I tell you Kobe really did it all, he did it all. And a lot of people love to compare Kobe's numbers to LeBron's numbers. Kobe averaged 25, 5 and 5, right? LeBron averaged 27, 8 and 7, or 7 and 7. Looking at 2 more points, 2 to 3 more rebounds, and like 2 more assists. Is that really that big of a difference? Oh, Kobe don't pass. Do you see the highlights in front of you? The man's IQ and passing ability was crazy. He was just looking to kill who was ever in front of him. If Kobe really prioritized passing, he could average 8 assists. Like, let's be realistic. And when you look at his career numbers, you're only looking at 25, 5 and 5. And I say only because to some people that's really only. So you're looking at 25, 5, and 5, right? In the NBA era where half-court play was dominant, NBA games were going to maybe 100 points. Maybe. Games today in the NBA going to 130, 140 points. The game was a lot slower. Played in Phil Jackson's triangle offense. So you're looking at 25 points per game, right? Played against, in my opinion, the greatest competition ever. The man played in 3 decades. Now let me give you a brief rundown of some of the players that Kobe had to go against in this time in the NBA. You got Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Dirk Nowitzki, Dwayne Wade, Allen Iverson, Gilbert Arenas, Prime T-Mac, Vince Carter, that big 3 Celtics team. You know, going down the line, you had Melo. Even I could go backwards too. Charles Barkley, Hakeem, Patrick Ewing. There's just so many players. Steve Nash, if I didn't say that. Amari. There's just so many players. If I didn't say Melo yet, LeBron, KD. I could just really go on for days. Like 3 different decades and eras of basketball he had to go against. Gave all of them the business. Kobe has streaks of scoring 40 points, in multiple games, 50 points. Went off with 60 on his last game. Has an 81-point game. Has 30-point per game seasons, multiple seasons. Has a 35-point per game season in 06. Like, if he played in today's day and age of basketball, talking about, the late 2010s, where foul calls got even worse, like, he was averaging 35 in a slower game of basketball. Imagine if he was playing right now. That 35, the way free throws are being called, you thought James Harden was giving buckets, Kobe would average 50. Period. And if it isn't clear already, Kobe was jumping out the gym, dunking on everybody. As a whole dunk contest championship from like 97, 98 to prove it. And the sole purpose of this video is just to remind people how great Kobe was. During his time being alive, I feel like he was very overlooked and not talked about as being one of the greatest to ever do it. And being on the Mount Rushmore when in reality he really should be. And it shouldn't take him, passing for people to come to a realization about it. But this video was just, like I said, to remind people how great and amazing Kobe was, and a once-in-a-lifetime talent that we may never see again. But let me know your opinions on it. In my opinion, he's the greatest to ever do it, and we miss you. And just thank you for everything.